Hi, I'm Beth at MD Lice Control, and today we're going to be doing a demonstration of how to apply and treat with KaPOW Lice Attack Solution. And these are the supplies you're going to need. You're going to need a couple of hair ties, some paper towels, a knit terminator comb, a regular brush, a regular comb, and the KaPOW Lice Attack Solution. So first we're going to start with a dry head that's been completely brushed. And when you're doing this at home, if you have been checking your child first and the child's hair is wet, you want to make sure to completely dry the hair before you apply the KaPOW. The KaPOW needs to go on dry hair. And also you want to make sure you're putting some towels down on the floor. If the KaPOW gets on the floor, it's oily and you don't want to slip on it. So a couple towels on the floor, maybe a towel on the chair, and a towel around whoever you're combing. So her hair is now dry and brushed, and we're going to start by shaking the bottle up so everything is blended. And we're going to just start with her middle part. I'm going to make sure it doesn't go in the eyes, so you can put your hand in front, you can give whoever you're treating a paper towel. We're going to do a couple lines, squeeze it on, rub it in. And then we're going to make another part next to that one. So this is similar to if you've ever dyed your hair. We're getting it right on the scalp. We're just squeezing it on the parts we make every inch or so on the head, squeezing it on, rubbing it in. And then I'm going to continue to part down the head. You can use your finger to make the part. You can use a comb. The parting doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want to put it right on the scalp because that's where any bugs or nits are going to be close to the scalp, 1/4 to 1/2 an inch from the scalp. So we're just squeezing it right on the hair, rubbing it in. Going to continue down towards the ear. And now, there's one more, and we're going to make sure we have it all around the ear, all the little baby hairs around the ear. We're going to make sure they're all covered. Okay, now we're going to go to the other side of the head and basically do the same thing. So the KaPOW only has 4 ingredients: olive oil, rosemary, beeswax, and dimethicone. It's the dimethicone that's killing the lice. Dimethicone is a thick, man-made oil. Once it's applied to the head, 5 minutes, all live activity is dead. Then we're going to comb out with the terminator comb. And you're going to do this process 3 times, 6 days apart. First time kills all the live activity, and then you comb out as many nits as you can comb out, and then we're going to understand after you've combed there's still some nits left in the head because everything is microscopic and it's impossible to get everything out the first time. Alright, so now we've gone down both sides of the head, and now we're going to go down the back of the head. So I'm going to grab a little ponytail's worth of hair at the crown. I can see the scalp. Just rubbing it on, squeezing it on, rubbing it in. I'm going to part this hair and start down the back of the head, applying the product the same way. The parting doesn't have to be perfect. The most important thing is you're just getting it directly on the scalp. So when I go down the back of the head, I'm kind of holding the hair like a ponytail like this. If you let go of all this hair up here, it can be difficult to figure out where you left off. So just try to keep holding it, squeezing the product on horizontally, parting, rubbing it into the scalp. Just keep going. Till we get down to the neck. And then we want to make sure we have it at the back of the neck, just like we did around the ears. Make sure all these little baby hairs are covered. Now that since the product's non-toxic, it's mainly oils. If you want, you can use gloves to apply it, but you don't have to. It's safe for all ages. If you're pregnant or if you're just an infant, safe for all ages. Then I'm just going to squeeze a little more on top, just a couple circles. Going to rub it in, massage it into the scalp a little bit. But we've been rubbing it in the whole time anyway. So now, before we start parting it and combing with the Terminator, we want to use a regular brush and a regular comb to distribute the product. So we're starting by putting it in the scalp, and now we're distributing it to the rest of the hair. So it only takes about 1 ounce to 2 ounces at the most of KaPOW. So with the 12-ounce bottle, you're going to get basically 10 to 12 treatments out of it. Comb. If you have hair that's very curly, you can always flat iron it first. That can make your life a lot easier. Okay, so now we're going to part the hair and show you how to comb with the Terminator. So we do the parting and combing a little differently than some companies, but we find this to be effective and easy at the same time. So we're going to divide the head in half, and the half we're not working. Just going to have a ponytail on it. I'm going to start with this half and comb the hair down and part it again. So we're going to work on the hair, a quarter of the head at a time. And part it again. Personally, I find making a lot of little parts just to be a little tedious and time consuming, and I always forget which sections I combed and which sections I didn't comb. Okay, so now we're ready to start with the Terminator. And this comb, you're going to keep it really, really flat on the scalp when you comb. And you're going to start at the top, gliding it along the scalp, and bringing it out to the end. You're going to do another right next to that one, keeping it close to the scalp. Going to keep going. So I'm holding the hair like a ponytail. And it gives you leverage, and it doesn't pull the hair as much. So after a couple of times, we're going to swipe the comb on a white paper towel. And we're going to pull it out, and we're going to see what we're combing. Now, our subject doesn't have lice, so there's nothing to see on the paper towel. So we're not going to worry about that too much. Just want to show you the technique. So when you're combing with the Terminator comb, you're going to pull everything out of the hair, even if it's not nits or bugs. So sometimes it's good to use your phone to look at something you're pulling out, see what it is. Okay, so now we're going to continue to comb. So basically what we're trying to do is go in a circle around the hair, around the section of hair. So we're going to continue to go this way. Now we're combing in this direction down, in this direction, and I'm still holding the hair like a ponytail. Now I'm coming up this way, combing from underneath. So keep trying to hold the hair like a ponytail. Now we're coming back into this direction. Now we've circled the section. Could do another swipe. Once again, put the comb in the white paper towel, hold onto it tight, and pull the comb out. There's nothing here, luckily. We're going to keep going. So after we've combed this section, we're just going to take the ponytail off. We're going to switch it to the section we've combed. Now we're going to move to this section. So this is going to be just a basic lesson on how to do the combing, since our subject doesn't have lice. But this is the same way you're going to comb if you're just doing your weekly combing check, which is what we recommend for lice prevention. And once again, just keep the comb flat on the scalp as possible. Just gliding it along the scalp. It should feel good to whoever you're combing. And you're holding on to it like a ponytail. So if you're just checking once a week, you're going to do it on a wet head. After your child has had a bath, the hair is wet, spray some detangling spray on. It'll make the comb go through easier. And you just want to comb once or twice around the section, swiping on a white paper towel. Now we've combed that section. So now we're going to comb the part between these two sections. We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to work our way up the part. So when you're combing with the Terminator comb, you want to try to comb in front of all your parts. If you get too close to the part, you'll pull hair from the other side. So once we've combed the part, now I'm going to comb that side of the head. Start at the top, keep going, combing in various directions. So we're going over the same sections time and time again, just in case you missed something. And then we're back to the top. So you're going to comb the other side the same exact way. You're going to divide it in half, comb each section and the part between. All right, and the last thing we're going to do is comb up the back part. We've stayed away from it the whole time. So we're going to start at the very bottom and comb up. So when you're combing with the Terminator comb, you want to try not to get the hair all the way up to the top because it tends to get stuck. So just comb right before the top. We're going to, about halfway through, you want to do a swipe and then keep going. Now sometimes the hair gets knotty combing with the Terminator, so you may have to stop and just get the knots out with your regular brush. Just keep going towards the top of the head. And then the last thing, we're just going to comb everything straight back. We like to call that the Elvis swipe. Everything straight back. And this way you can comb the whole head. Just by holding it like this, like with the ponytail. You can comb the top. And then you can comb underneath. Just hold the hair up. You can go straight up. To the back of the neck and around the ears are prime spots to be nits. So you want to make sure you've thoroughly combed in those areas. So since the KaPOW is killing all live activity, combing is now secondary. Even though it's important to comb out as much as you can, we're depending on the KaPOW to kill all the live activity and on the